going to talk to you guys about stress and how that affects your body, but mostly we're going to talk about emotions because I feel that stress is the silent killer. You guys have heard about blood pressure. High blood pressure is the silent killer, but we've had a lot of different practitioners today talk about stress, right? Dr. Gupta, or was it Gandhi? I was correct, right?
Portions of it.
She said, what did she say? She said that if you have emotional inflammation, that causes what? Physical inflammation, right? So today I wanted to talk to you specifically about what happens when you have unresolved emotions or suppressed emotions that you have not dealt with in present tense. Just 2 weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I was here, we heard Deepak Chopra speak, and he said only 2% of illness is due to genetics.
Wow.
So what is the other 98%?
Stress.
You guys tell me. Stress, definitely. What else?
Diet, lifestyle.
Yeah, environmental, right? Diet, lifestyle, but stress. I'm certified in functional medicine. I have my own practice in West Palm Beach, and I mostly, obviously, always dealt with more of the physical things. I'm a primary care nurse practitioner, but I wasn't healing anybody, just putting a bunch of band-aids, so I became a functional medicine practitioner to really help someone not just treat symptoms, but get to the root cause and then heal themselves. But I also realized that a big component of healing yourself is dealing with emotional health, right? I can give you the best diet, give you the best supplements, but if I'm not helping address stress and emotions, am I really helping with body, mind, and spirit? No, right? So I was hoping today that we could all benefit from what the two of us are going to speak about. Just by raise of hands, who's had stress in their life?
Never.
Never, right?
What is that?
Hopefully not in the last 6 hours. Hopefully we've all relaxed and moved into parasympathetic, rest and digest. But the reason I bring this up is because stress causes disease, right? Just as Deepak Chopra said. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. I just saw a client yesterday who has breast cancer again. Now, the first time she had breast cancer was right after, a few months after her partner was in the ICU and almost died, right? So first time she did what she had to do. She didn't see any functional medicine practitioners at that time, but started seeing me about a year or so ago. Well, her partner last year developed the beginnings of Alzheimer's. So she's had an tremendous amount of stress because she's now their caregiver, and her cancer came back. Just last month, we found out. So there's books, like there's this Radical Remission. She actually gave me this book, and the first thing I opened yesterday was chapter 5, which is about releasing suppressed emotions. It's not the emotions that you feel that cause disease, it's the emotions that you suppress, that you push down. It's like a phone that has 20 open tabs. Who's guilty of that? Lots of, yeah. I'm like 38 right now because I'm the Vata type that she talked about, and I'm constantly looking at things. But what happens to your phone when you've got multiple tabs or a computer you never turn on?
Unfinished business.
Exactly. The phone starts to have glitches, freezes, it gets slower. The same thing happens when you have unresolved emotions in your subconscious mind, which I'm going to tell you about the 3 brains. Did you know we have 3 brains?
Yeah.
Yeah? You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what they are?
Reptilian, limbic, and
Okay.
prefrontal cortex.
And how do you know that?
I'm actually a trauma specialist and attachment therapist.
Wonderful. So you know of all people, where do we hold our trauma, you guys, and unresolved emotions? What brain do you think? Well, you might think reptilian, because
But it's
you guys are getting close.
in the
It's
back of the tissue.
And as far as the brain, it's the limbic brain.
Right.
The limbic brain is the subconscious brain. That's where we have held, well, all emotions. The limbic brain is all pictures and emotions. The neocortex is the conscious brain. That's more of the problem solving. The one I'm speaking with right now is the neocortex brain. Math, all the things we do mostly what we do during the day is based on neocortex, right? Then you have the limbic brain, which is the subconscious brain. That brain is just pure emotions and experiences. Then you have the reptilian brain, which is the unconscious brain. That brain is all about survival. We need oxygen, we need food, there's things we need just to survive, right? We need to breathe. What I'm going to talk about today is the subconscious brain or the limbic brain. And I'm going to talk to you about a specific tool that I'm certified in called NET, or Neuro-Emotional Technique. Has anybody, by show of hands, heard of NET?
I have.
You have? Can you tell us a little bit about?
I have just heard about
Oh,
it.
you've heard about it. In what way?
I'm not even sure if this is the same, but it was another therapist that I was following online
Okay.
and talked about tapping.
So tapping is one way. NET uses muscle testing, which I'll get into.
Okay.
Who's heard of muscle testing, just as a modality?
I've been muscle testing.
Good. So muscle testing allows us, it's like a biofeedback system of your body. So I use muscle testing, your body is telling me information. But for NET specifically, it's the subconscious mind that's telling me where, if you have stress, where is that stress located? And I know it's very small, but there's a whole NET chart. And we use Chinese medicine, the meridians. Who knows some of the meridians? Go ahead.
Well, the kidney.
Okay, kidney. Kidney would be part of water. So we have earth, we have metal.
It's probably stomach then.
Yep, stomach is, you know something about
Which is
this?
the worrying, yeah.
Yep, we're gonna get to that. Water is things like fear, which is kidney and bladder. Liver and gallbladder, this is one of my favorites. Liver and gallbladder is things like anger and resentment. And why I like this so much is, even in functional medicine, maybe some of you, you've done detoxes, parasite detoxes, heavy metal detoxes. We can detox the liver all day, but if we're holding on to unresolved resentment and anger, you're slowing down your liver, you're bogging down your liver, and you don't even know that you're doing it. So I can do all of those things and supplements for the liver, but if we're holding on to specifically those emotions, you're in trouble. Anybody heard of Louise Hay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great, right? Louise Hay essentially has said that everything stems from what?
From our thinking.
Something emotional, right? Something that all the physical things have an emotional component. So she, for example, says that cancer is caused by unresolved anger and resentment. So it would be beneficial then to work on those unresolved emotions, right? And with the liver specifically, resentment and anger, are those socially acceptable
No.
emotions? No, right? We're angry, we usually, what do we do? Because it's not appropriate to show anger towards somebody else. What do?
You surprised?
That's it.
We suppress it, we hold it in. So when I first learned NET, and by the way, Dr. Walker is the founder, he's a chiropractor in California, and he came out with NET in 1988. It's almost, I'm a little bit older than NET, but it's been around for a long time, and it works. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna pick at least one participant and do NET right here, just to show you this technique. It's fast, it's safe, it's very effective. But going back to this is that he basically, through being the genius he is, he found out that we can use these these meridians that he linked up to the wrist to find these emotions through muscle testing, and it's very precise. So you can see this is quite a few emotions. This is a big chart. With the muscle test, I'm going to find the one emotion that is causing stress in your body, depending on where we touch your body, which organ, or a feeling, or something else that is stressing you. But this is really important because this is how one way, there's other ways to process unresolved emotions as well, which I'm not going to talk about, but we did hear some today. Do you remember what some other ways are to?
Breathing.
Definitely breathing. Anything else?
Movement.
Movement. There's Reiki, there's EMDR, which you probably know as a trauma therapist, but today I wanted to focus on NET. Now, with the muscle test, it's very simple. I use your arm, and what I'm looking for basically is to see if there is a change in the muscle test. So we always start with a strong muscle test. Strong muscle test, and even this was said earlier, I believe by Dr. Gupta, that there's a brake and a gas pedal. Strong muscle test, this is parasympathetic. Parasympathetic means rest and digest. Our body, there's no stressor whatsoever. And even if I push down on the arm, nothing is changing. It's like the foot is on the gas pedal of the car. The car is stationary, nothing is happening. Then if I have you think about something stressful, or I touch a body part like the liver or any other place that you feel like you might be holding stress, if that muscle test goes weak, it's because we're shifting from parasympathetic into sympathetic, which is fight or flight. She did say earlier, one of them said that sympathetic fight or flight is a gas pedal. So the foot moves off the brake pedal onto the gas pedal, and what happens to the arm when we push the gas? It goes down. I'm trained in reading your arm, your muscle test, and that's how I can find out all this information from your subconscious. Because if I asked you today, okay, where in your body are you holding stress? You might be able to tell me, my knee's been hurting, my shoulder's bothering me, I've had x-rays, I've taken Advil, I've done all these things, but also my low back pain isn't getting better. Or maybe you keep waking up at 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. and you don't know why. Well, could be emotional. It has nothing to do with anything physical. Because the other thing that NET has taught us in Chinese medicine is that you have a 24-hour body clock. So I do love the liver. The liver is most active from 1 to 3 a.m. So the first thing, if a client tells me I have insomnia and I'm not sleeping, what do you think I'm going to ask them?
It's your liver.
When do you wake up?
What time?
How do you learn to health and what time of the night do you wake up? Because if it's from 1 to 3, I know it's liver or gallbladder. If it's 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., it's going to be lung or large intestine. And how many of us have had GI issues? I have in the past. So basically, this is a technique. I can do this in as little, I've done it in as little as 5 minutes, 15 minutes, I've done an hour, I've done an hour and a half. We can dive really deeply. The good thing about NET is that only the things that your body is ready to release are going to come to the surface. If there's something that's too painful, you're not ready to let it go, it will not show up. I'm not going to be able to fight it. This is the same technique. You're awake the entire time. It's not like hypnosis or some other modalities where you're not there. You're going to hear everything, and it does give you a lot of insight as to yourself. I've done NET for 4 years. It's changed my life. I'm not the same person as I was before. Just to share a little bit about me, I used to have really bad depression. I would feel like I would go into these deep, fall into this pit, and it would take me a long time to get back up, and it would just keep occurring. And through, of course, changing my diet and supplements, but NET mostly, I was able to get off my antidepressant, and I no longer have these falling into a hole, kind of days.
One
So,
question.
yes,
Do people come with physical?
everything.
With anything?
Physical
It could be
complaints.
Physical or emotional.
I've had clients who had back pain, surgeries, pain management, no improvement. They come and do NET and the pain is gone because it was an emotional pain to begin with. Or you probably know people who've done MRIs, CT scans, ultrasounds, blood work. They don't feel good, but nobody can find anything. Well, are you looking at subconscious, unresolved emotions? Most practitioners don't know how. Conventional medicine does not address your emotions one bit. If so, like myself, I was given an antidepressant. And I didn't feel like myself at all, and it didn't fix the underlying reasons, which was mainly related to things earlier in life, in my childhood, and we've all had hardships, right? And all of our pasts are different, but there are tools that anybody can use. I do this on kids. As long as they're old enough to hold up their arm, I can do it, and it's safe. And that's what I like about it. And you don't have to take a medication. It's wonderful. So what I would like to do, if somebody feels comfortable or somebody has either a physical complaint or maybe something that they haven't really been able to, no one's been able to maybe,
I have a hip pain.
a hip pain? Okay. Does anybody have anything else? Yeah.
I have an everything pain.
Everything pain? So head to toe?
Ankle, wrist, shoulder,
Okay.
back.
What about
Emotional trauma.
Yeah. And the thing about NET is, because I don't know you guys, and when clients walk in, I don't know them, right? Especially the first visit. So when I do the muscle test, they're like, wow, how did you know this? I'm like, I don't know it. Your body was telling me this from the muscle test, and you've had NET done, and a couple of you have. So because I don't know you, how would I know this information? It's being told to me by the muscle test from your subconscious. Anything else, like any abdominal issues?
Here just feels,
Okay.
I don't even know how to describe it. It just hurts all the time. Almost feels like right here is bruised on the
Okay.
regular.
And have you had any type of workup or?
I mean, I've gone to the chiropractor and things like that. I've got, stuff wrong with my spine, but nothing that they can pinpoint as to why that area is the way that it is, yeah.
Okay, so no answers yet.
No.
And that's the thing about NET. Yeah, I can touch a body part and muscle test it, because if there's stress, I will be able to tell. Or it's even if somebody feels stuck, like you've tried so many things, feel stuck in your relationship, your job, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be physical. It can honestly be anything. Dreams, if somebody's having recurrent dreams. I've done an ET on that because it's a subconscious emotion that keeps causing the same dream over and over. So anybody else with anything?
I think it's migraines.
Migraines, we have 7 body points for NET. The first one is the brain point, which is for headaches. So actually, I can invite you up and let's check your brain point. I will tell you that even if I touch something today and it doesn't test, maybe you're not ready to release it, but if it does test, then I can go ahead and do the 15 steps of NET. So I'm gonna have you sit wherever you like, but maybe right here, as long as they can see us and see. And thank you for doing it in front of all of us. We're actually gonna face each other.
Okay. I don't have a migraine right now.
No, but you get them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been muscle tested before?
No.
Okay, no problem. So I'll explain it to you very simple. Either arm, just go ahead and extend it up. And what we're looking for with the muscle test is you're not locking your arm, you're not letting it go slack. We're kind of matching resistance. So if I apply more resistance, you match it. If I let go of the resistance a little bit, you do as well. So this is what we call a strong muscle test. This is parasympathetic, nothing is happening. And then go ahead and touch between your eyebrows, your third eye. And what's supposed to happen is that muscle test is supposed to let go a little bit, which it is. That's normal. That's the polarity point, plus and minus. We expect that to happen. And whatever happens with the muscle test also is subconscious because we're not controlling the arm. So let's have you hold it one more time right there. And brain point is right underneath your hairline. So go ahead and touch that. And let me touch your, don't keep your fingers there. And then let me check right here. Okay, so I detect a change in her muscle test. So is it okay if we go ahead and do NET? Do I have your permission?
Of course.
Okay, wonderful. So with a body entry, I have no idea what it's about. So we're gonna start with using the muscle test and finding the category. You guys will hear what that sounds like. So if at any point in time your arm gets tired, you need a break, just let me know. Take a break, we'll switch. And come down a little bit so your arm doesn't get too tired. So I'm gonna say a bunch of things out loud. These words, this is a specific script. It's the same words every time. These words engage not your conscious brain, but your subconscious brain. So even if you don't understand some of them, it's okay, because I'm speaking to that subconscious brain and it knows exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So generally, there's 2 things in life, money and love. Let's check the concept of money, job, finances, career. So I detect that it's something to do in that category. So I'm going to test each individual one. Okay. So let's check the concept of money. Okay, money. Money can also be time, but what I'm detecting, it's about money or time. All right. So what I'm going to do now, and I should have showed you this in the beginning, although I don't know if I have this in here. All of this correlates to points on the wrist. So what I'm going to do next, because now I know what it's about, but I don't know the emotion yet, right? So can I see your wrist? So we're just going to go like that. This one you can relax, but we'll continue testing here. So I'm going to keep saying money because I need to find the emotion. So just bear with me and come down a little bit. Okay. Let's check the concept of money. Money. Okay, and put that aside. So I found the category we're on, which is water. So I want you just to clear your mind, okay? And come down a little bit, just right there. So clear your mind, let's put that aside. And let's check the concept of paralyzed will, fear, miffed. Let's check the concept of you feeling miffed. So I got miffed. So the emotion is miffed. And if you don't know what miffed means, do you know what it means? Miffed?
Annoyed.
It can be annoyed or shy. So the next, how we're gonna put it together is, can you put the emotion of timid, or no, it was miffed. Miffed, which yes, is kind of like annoyed, angry. Can you put you feeling miffed and money together in a sentence that makes some sense to you? And remember, this is subconscious. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to you, but it does once we kind of figure it out. How would you put those 2 things
Like
together?
how I feel about it.
Yeah, so the emotion that's coming up is miffed, and it somehow, in some way, has to do with money or time.
Time.
Could be either one. I can muscle test too and see for you specifically, because that might help you. So let's check the concept this being specifically about money. Let's check the concept this being specifically about time. So it's more about time. Because to people, some people, money is time and time is money, right? So can you put feeling miffed, kind of upset, angry with time? How would you put that together? How does that resonate with you in your life? How do these two?
Okay. Time is money and money is time.
No, that's just one way for me to
'cause I
explain
agree
it.
with
But
that.
it's how it is for you. What could you possibly be miffed about that has to do with time? Like, do you feel like you don't have enough time? Do you feel
I'm
like...
always splitting my time
Uh-huh.
between like everything.
Okay, so does
Work
that make
and
sense?
family and
Okay.
friends and all that.
And is there a little
That's
bit
hard.
of feeling miffed that, oh, I have to, all these
The
things?
balance all
Yeah?
that. Yeah.
Does that ring true?
That, yeah. I don't know if I would use the word myth, but stressed, definitely.
Okay. Okay, so let's ask your subconscious if we're on the right track. Let's check the concept that you feeling miffed and time is about you saying, doing all of these things. And do you feel like you don't have enough time?
Sometimes.
Okay. So let's check the concept that that feeling miffed and time is about you feeling that you have all these things you have to do and feeling like you don't have enough time for yourself. Yeah, we're on the right track. So the next question would be, why does this bother you? Why does it bother you?
Because I want to make sure to give all of those parts of my life
Enough time.
enough time.
And so my question is, not being able to give all parts of your life that time, subconsciously, why does it bother you? What bothers you if you can't?
Like I feel like I'm not doing my job if I don't.
There you go. Okay, let me ask, make sure we're on the right track. Yeah, let's check the concept that this bothers you because you feel like you're not on the right track. Yeah. We call that getting warmer and warmer. My next question to you would be, what's the worst part for you? That if you only have so much time, you're feeling a little bit miffed that you can't do all of these things, and you feel like you might not be on track subconsciously, like your inner you. What's the worst part?
If I'm not giving my kids, I don't feel like I'm giving my kids enough time.
Then what? What does that say about you? You're a bad mom.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get to that lowest common denominator, that thing, that stress in your subconscious, in your nervous system. Let's check the concept that the worst part for you is feeling like a bad mom. Okay. Come down just a little bit. Let's check the concept that the worst part for you in all of this is feeling like a bad mom. Okay. Your subconscious agrees with that. Is there anything deeper than that? You're a bad mom.
Like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay. I'm going to ask your subconscious just to help us a little bit. Just come down a little bit. You got it. And you're doing great. Once I'm being muscle tested, you're. Let's check the concept that the lowest common denominator is you feeling like a bad mom. Let's check the concept of something deeper. So the other thing you said, bad mom, tell me one more time. That one thing below that.
Like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do.
What you're doing. Okay. Let's check the concept that the worst part for you is feeling like you're not doing what you're supposed to. Yeah? Good. We found it. Now, we do have the chance with NET to go back in time to an earlier, whether it's childhood, in mom's belly, to see if there's anything else tied to this that's not in present day. Because in present day, this has to do with being a mom, whereas we want to go back to maybe an original event. So can I check and see if there's an earlier time? Yeah. So we had miffed and not doing what you're supposed to, right? Okay, so hold here. So let's check the concept of an original event where there was miffed because of feeling like you weren't doing what you were supposed to. Okay, there is something there, so I'm gonna find the age, okay? Don't worry,
Okay.
this will all make sense hopefully. Let's check the concept of conception to age 10, conception to age 5, prior to conception, conception, first trimester, second trimester, second trimester. I'm getting second trimester, which usually you would be in mom's belly. Do you know anything about what mom was going through? Maybe feeling like same as you today. Some miffed, not having enough time, feeling like not doing.
So she lost the pregnancy before me,
Okay.
and so when she was pregnant with me, she was like stressed because she wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Oh, it's just like as a mom, making sure that everything's okay. So do you see that correlation between what you're going through today goes all the way back to second trimester? So do you want to process this? because I know it's Anastasia's turn in a minute.
Oh, then.
So I'm gonna walk you through it. It's gonna take us just a minute. So I'm gonna walk you through that. So what I'd like you to do, yep, we're gonna hold this up just like you were. And you can close your eyes for this if you want. And as best as you can you picture yourself in mom's belly, about second trimester, and your mom like stressed and anxious. She just lost another pregnancy and maybe feeling like I have to do everything I can and be a good mom. Can you get that feeling? Try and go there. Feel that? Good job. Okay, perfect. So now I'm gonna keep my finger here. This is the acupressure point, so look right here. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Come around with your 3 fingers like this, and can I guide you a little bit? Okay, so let me move it up just a little more. It's actually the last finger. So we're gonna lift the first 2, but let me put it in the right place, because water and timid or mift is right here. So you're gonna keep it there, right? Very light pressure, just like here, okay? So this is gonna touch our, this right here, because we're going off of our meridians for water, which is mift. And then now you're keep your finger here. This whole hand is gonna go flat and touch your forehead, which is connected to your emotional point. I like to sometimes come down like this onto my knees. I'll back off a little bit. And the most important thing is that I want you to keep that picture, because the subconscious brain is all about pictures and memories. Being in your mom's belly, second trimester, her feeling a little bit miffed, probably a little upset, like worried, right, about you, since you just had a miscarriage, and really connect with that, trying to do what you're supposed to, being a good mom. Breathe into that, through the nose, out through the nose, or the mouth. And you'll know that it's processed when your mind goes blank or the feeling floats away. And until then, just breathe and keep that contact.
Good.
Good. Do you feel it kind of go
Yeah.
like, good? So that means you cleared it. But I'm gonna double check it with the muscle test. So, yep, hold it just like you were, and just keep that picture feeling that you just had in your mind. Keep that picture feeling. So I'm pressing pretty hard. Is her arm moving? No. So that means what? No stressor. She cleared it. So, good. Now, one last step, and then it's Anastasia's turn. We started with you touching your brain point, right, for the migraine. So go ahead and touch there again. And I'm gonna muscle test here, and then keep your fingers there. Good. Very strong muscle test. So that means, strong muscle test means there's no stressor anymore. We cleared it out.
Well.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.